What's up, everyone? I'm Jasenia,
What's up, everyone? I'm Kiki.
and welcome to our incredible show,
Threesome.
And I know what you may be thinking, but it's not it. Keep it clean. But wait, not too clean.
But for now, keep your head out of the gutter because on this show, we talk to our guests about their experiences, some advice. We talk to them about their journey and their career. And of course, some juicy questions at the end. So stay
Yes.
tuned.
The best part, which is the spicy part, they get to pick the question themselves. So today we have he's such a big artist, commencing his musical career at the age of 16, guys. That's a pretty big deal. From New York City, he's a musician, creative director, and fashion designer, like everything.
Definitely major. So without further ado, please welcome our guest, Mr. PanamadaPrince.
Yes.
Yo, what's up? What's up? I appreciate y'all having me. So listen, so from now on, like any show that I do, I'm gonna need y'all gotta come out and do my introduction because that was
Period.
phenomenal for real.
Thank you.
Hype me up, hype me up.
Yeah, of course. Just invite us and we're there. We are
Yes.
In the
there.
house. So let's get you ready. So I'm sure everybody wants to know the background and how your career started and everything, you know?
Yeah, see, so I grew up in East New York. You know, it was really like rough section of Brooklyn. But I've always been like a fan of the arts, and I really could thank my mom for that. You know, even though we grew up in a tough neighborhood, she always made sure that I stayed active and out and got to experience different things. And, you know, music really just became like an outlet for me, you know, opposed to like, oh, like I want to be a musician. It was like just my best form of expression. And I'm like, oh, I'm good at this. And
Yeah,
then-
you are. You are.
Thank you. So I say, you know what, like this is going to be my career path. You know, I decided at that moment I didn't want to do anything traditional, even though, you know, my mother was disappointed because she wanted me to be a doctor for whatever reason.
Yeah,
They
it's always a
always
doctor.
wanted
It's
to
always
be
a
Always
doctor.
a doctor.
Or a lawyer.
teacher, or
No.
Teacher.
something.
Never had any interest in it.
Damn.
Like, I want to sing. I don't want to be no
Exactly.
doctor.
You feel me?
And speaking about that, that is exactly how we met. He has an amazing voice. I feel like everyone should hear it, especially
I
right
don't.
here, right now.
I
Let's
don't.
drop the beat.
I really don't. Listen, I promise you I was drunk. Listen, I sing
You
very
really
well when I'm drunk
Okay.
or if I'm in the shower. Like, that's it.
Okay, so
Well, I'm
need
pretty
to
sure
get
we
him
have a
drunk.
shot waiting around here.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you
we do,
somewhere.
we do. It's ready.
Y'all trying to get me liquored up?
I hope.
Okay.
Yes.
I hope you
Okay.
like. I hope you like whiskey.
Okay, I hope y'all ready to go shot for shot with me then if that's the case.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm going to just sip my tea over here.
And this tea too.
So you're a musician, right? But you also do so many other things, right? You're a designer and you came here stylish. Like I told you, I like this jacket. I love your glasses.
Thank you.
What led you into that? Like,
Because as a creative, I never really wanted to be put into a box, you know, period. So I was like, let me try other things. And also a lot of things I got good at was really out of necessity. Either I hate waiting on people or I didn't have the means to pay someone to do something. So I picked up creative directing. I picked up styling. I was like, yo, I need to make certain things happen for myself. If I want my career to propel forward, you know, I move on my own time. And, you know, as they say, practice makes perfect. And I was consistent in everything that I did. So I developed good skills in that sense. So,
Yeah.
And also developed like a love for doing it as well. Like I love creative directing. I love designing and styling, you know.
yeah.
Just another form of expression to me. But I think that I'm blessed to have been able to make a career out of everything that I do.
Yes, we love
yeah,
that.
that's
Speaking of-
definitely true.
Yeah.
Like, what would be a styling tip if you could share it with the world that you have?
So by default, just always make sure you have one piece that pops. Like I'll do all black all the time, but it got like, see like this, it got the fringes, you know,
Yeah.
this is like a vintage coat, or it could, for women, it could be a popping pair of shoes or a bag, you know, just something that really stands out and, you know, really grabs people's attention.
Yeah.
You know, but ultimately just make sure that you feel comfortable in like whatever that you're in, you
Yeah.
know, as long as you feel good, the best thing that you could ever wear is confidence.
Yes,
Period.
like your alpha chain and the alpha
You
hat.
know, that's the brand. You know, we got to rep. We
Okay.
got to keep everything on point. Branding is essential. You know.
Yeah.
What was your
Amen.
inspiration with the alpha? I
So
love it. It's such a strong word.
thank you. You know, people they usually default to like, oh, alpha male, but I'm like, no, I want everybody to feel like an alpha. You know, alpha is about self-empowerment, being a leader of your own destiny, and transcending every obstacle. You know, so no matter where I go, I just really want that message to just like get across, you know, and just instill like just self-confidence, you know, just a feeling of righteousness, you know, just within
Yes.
people. So that's why I chose that word. Like nothing with bravado and nothing like that, but you know, just really being grounded and alpha is a mentality.
I love that.
I agree.
I love that. So, with that being like your inspiration behind the brand, what type of like do you model your brand behind the way you dress and like your own style, or is it completely different?
I say half and half. So when I started, yes, I did like model it based on the way that I dress. But then I realized, okay, like not everybody, you know, has my same sense of style. Not everybody could be so bold and daring. So I like toned it down like a little bit. And it's like, okay, anybody could like put this on. You know, it could be a hat or just a shirt, just anything that could be a staple piece to just accentuate whatever you have going on already.
Yeah,
love
so
that.
that's what makes you feel like different from the rest of other brands out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I see that you're very like old school, like 80s and
What
things
gave it
like
away?
that.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm extremely nostalgic. Like,
Yeah.
like I listen to 80s and 90s R&B every day. I listen to 70s funk like
Yeah.
every day. Like,
Wow. Yeah.
like that's just my vibe. And yeah, I
Yeah.
do appreciate like a lot of the new school stuff for sure.
Right.
But you know,
There's just something
Yeah, but you
different
can't
about
just
that.
it hits different.
Yeah.
You know,
You can't
you
compare.
you felt the soul and the passion in these musicians when they made the records. And this is before like everything was digital,
Yeah.
where you couldn't punch in nor have takes. You know, you have live
go straight
instrumentation
through.
playing, you have people singing live, and if you messed up, you had to start all over. You know, so every take they had to give it their all.
Yeah.
You know, and it comes across when you listen to these records.
Right.
You know, so I'm just a fan of like that time period. And I hate to be that person who harps on like, oh, things aren't the way they used to be. And it's like,
But
nah.
honestly, like you said it correctly. Like I never really thought of that. How like it does preserve the authenticity of the songs that you hear because they couldn't just keep going and stop and start. Like you have to go straight through, and that's why I feel like a different type of inspiration comes through with older music rather than like new age music.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like it has like a better message. I feel like nowadays it's just like drugs and all these things. Before it was like love and like really like it
Yeah.
was passionate. Like you really could identify yourself with the music. Nowadays it's like, oh my God, like
Yeah, I absolutely concur. See, so I'm glad that we're all on the same frequency here.
cocaína, drinking, like dime.
Right.
That was too much.
well,
I
listen,
mean, drinking.
Don't get me wrong.
Sometimes you need a
even in the
pre- a
80s,
All
burn
these
up.
drugs, before it was like, all right, they sell the drugs. Now I feel like they're talking about they do the drugs.
Right.
it's
and
like,
we're not
you're
glorifying
kinda
drug
sending that
dealing either.
message.
Right. I feel like they
So the
teaching
young-
me how to sell the drugs through the music. Like they like
like,
So you
yeah.
get in the morning listening
Yeah.
to Young Jesus, son. So you a dope boy now?
No, I mean I feel like after all that hip hop I've been listening to, I feel like I can do it.
Yeah, I still listen to the Backstreet Boys and the Instinct and Britney Spears, even though
Yeah.
it's gotten a little crazy. But
But I do
Alright.
want to read her book. I do want to read her book.
Yeah.
You know, she
Seems
came from my boy
interesting.
Justin Timberlake, and I'm a little hurt, but I'm gonna have to read it to get both sides.
yeah.
I always like to look at both sides.
Yeah,
you know,
me
I don't ever
too.
jump to conclusions.
Right.
But
I know what to get you for Christmas.
Yes, thank you.
so you mentioned Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. So I'm going to say something that I've actually never said publicly before.
Okay.
Oh.
So
ready.
My favorite song, I kid you not, this is not a joke. It's Bye Bye Bye.
Oh my God.
That is actually like my
Bye-bye.
that's my go-to karaoke song. No, you're not getting it out of me right now.
Honestly, please give us a little snippet.
Nah.
All right, guys. I swear I'm gonna try to get it in the next segment. We'll be right back. Stay
Bye,
tuned
bye,
with the best
bye.
parts. Bye.
Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, don't worry, you didn't miss much, but it's really getting good. We have our guest, Mr. PanamadaPrince here, and he's gonna tell us more about his career. And first, before we get into that, do you still want to sing Bye 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 for us?
You think you slick. Listen, I think we got to just all do
We need to get him drunk.
No, we got to do a
It's not
karaoke
happening.
night. We got to do a karaoke night, and then, I'm going to put on for y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're going to make it happen.
These promises.
But we gotta show our viewers too. We can't just,
It could be like a behind the scenes thing.
Can we say men is full of promises and like nothing?
He's trying to say bye bye to that conversation.
I was going to save that for the third segment. Okay.
All right. So since it's a no for that one, we got to wait for karaoke. Then tell us about your modeling, because you've done international campaigns. You've walked in a show that debuted on BET. So, like, do we have any more modeling in the near future? Like, will we
You
see you at
did
a
your
New York Fashion Week?
homework.
Yeah, of course.
You did your homework.
Who would we be if we didn't?
That's crazy. That's not even at the forefront of anything that I speak about, that I post about. That's crazy.
You know.
No, we have our sources.
Threesome, we
We have our
come
ways.
hard.
You don't say. I lost all train of thought. But
Okay.
make sure y'all keep this in. But yes, I have modeled. It was the Sabbath fashion show. That's the one that debuted on BET. Shout out to Shoichi. He's from Japan. His brand Sabbath was like really, really big. He had all the celebrities in it, and it was definitely an honor to model in his show. I've done a bunch of other shows and such as well, but I kind of like left that behind. I've done a campaign for Jeremy Scott with Adidas. That's probably like my favorite. Jeremy's a really cool dude. He was also the head of Moschino, if you know who Jeremy Scott is.
Yes. Okay, I know I
Yeah.
heard the name and I'm like, sounds familiar, but yeah.
Yep. So the campaign that I did for him and Adidas, I was jumping on a trampoline. And then it kind of caught me like in the air with like wings on my shoes and everything.
Fire.
Yeah, so that was pretty fire. But I've
You get to keep the shoes?
Yeah.
Of course I kept the shoes. Yeah, but I've since then turned my attention to like other artistic endeavors and such. But modeling is something I probably would tap back into again at some point.
Yeah.
But it's difficult to juggle everything, especially when you have so many interests.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're the stylist, so you
that part too.
want most of your time to be focused there rather than modeling.
Yeah, but listen, like, don't count me out. I might hit the catwalk again.
We'll probably see you in February.
Might see me in
Fashion
February
Week.
for Fashion Week. That's facts.
Well, and acting too. I mean, Jesus, you have
I've made little
resume.
I've made
I don't-
little
I can't
appearances
even
here
keep
and there.
up.
Like I said,
Love and hip-hop?
I don't like to be put in a box.
Love
And
it.
you
hip-hop?
shouldn't.
See, you can't say acting because that's not supposed to be scripted.
Oh, okay. Reality
Reality.
show.
Reality.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and other shows as well.
Yes. I've also done Hip Hop Squares. That was really fun. That was really, really fun.
And Wildin'
actually.
Now. Did
And
you say a
Wildin'
joke?
Now, I did not say a joke. No, I did not. I was just there
No?
looking good. That's all.
So you lost then. Because
I-
they
I-
have like
I-
the teams against each
Yeah,
other.
Red Squad, Black Squad, all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
What squad were you in? The Black Squad?
Nah, I was just there. I was just present.
looking good,
Yeah,
that's
I was
it.
there looking good. That's it.
Okay, that works.
Yeah,
Works.
I'm not that funny to be telling jokes.
I don't know. You got us laughing here.
I know, right?
The energy going.
Shit.
So, out of everything that you do, what was your favorite? Like, out of so far, I know you still got a lot further to go, but so far,
Honestly, I could
favorite
probably
member?
say I recently did Revolt World. Are you guys familiar with Revolt Summit?
Yes.
And Revolt Media. So I was there speaking, and I also did a segment called Office Hours. So with Office Hours, you able to people sign up to speak with you directly, and you mentor them. So I was talking to people about creative direction and brand partnerships and just whatever it is that they wanted to do, and kind of just giving them my insight and just different ways that they could go about progressing their careers. And and that's what's I love the most because I'm taking the information that I've learned throughout my journey
Mm-hmm.
and paying it forward.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Can you mentor me?
of course,
For
absolutely.
real, for real.
No, all jokes
That's
aside,
pretty
like
cool,
any
though. That's
insight that I may
amazing.
have, listen, I'm not a gatekeeper. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
love to share all information with the people who are serious about what they have going on and like what they're doing. I just want to see everybody flourish.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. So, do you have some words of advice for our audience?
Yeah, for sure. Like, don't ever put yourself in a box. And I know I've said that probably several times, but I really mean and like live by that.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at where I come from and like what I've done, you know, the odds were already stacked against me. I shouldn't have done one of the things that I'm doing, let alone the 10 different things that I do. You know, don't seek validation from others. You know, like that self-belief, that self-confidence, that self-love, and just knowing that you're on the right path doing what you want to do, you know, it's really going to keep you grounded and it's going to propel you forward. You know, like you have people who are like naysayers and people who tell you that they can't do something and they're just projecting their own self-doubts and their negative energy that they feel about themselves onto you. Like, oh, you can't do that. Like, no,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Right.
Or better yet,
Exactly.
you don't want to apply yourself and put in the work to do that. You know,
Yeah.
like just because you count yourself out, don't count me out.
Exactly.
Right.
Haters.
know?
Exactly. And a lot of times you can feel when you have something special inside you to do that talent or to do what you want to do. You know, you could feel your passion. And when other people tell you can't do it, you know you could do it. So just don't worry about them.
And that actually motivates you even more. Like,
Yeah.
oh, really? I can't do it. Watch me.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm always up
Yeah.
for a challenge. So it's like, oh, I can't do what? Say less.
Like, say less.
Hold my
literally. Wait on it.
So-
Any new projects coming up?
Yes, I am. I'm
Tell us
actually,
all the secrets.
yeah, for sure. So I'm actually working on a new music project right now called If Only You Knew. It's gonna be my first music project that I put out in a couple of years because I've been so caught up doing everything else, and it's been a fun process thus far. You know, just working with different producers and other talented musicians. You know, just bringing them in the studio and
Who's
just
talent musician.
third segment just in your way.
So when is it scheduled to come out? I know you've been working on it.
Yeah, first quarter of 2024.
Oh, okay.
First quarter of 2024.
Yes,
You know,
that's nice.
there
the
will
new
be
year, the bam.
exactly.
Yeah,
There
I
will
love
be a
that.
listening party, and you guys will be invited. So you know,
Okay,
I got y'all.
period. Thank you.
Yes.
Threesome at the listening party. You
Threesome
heard
at
him.
the
Yes.
listening party.
Yeah.
Stay tuned because we are going to be there. And if you're not invited, sucks to be you. We'll be right back with the juicy.
But it's about to get even better because you already know what time it is. It's time for the juicy questions. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready?
Yes.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
All right, we have our clutch purse here. Our favorite, your new favorite. We're going to shake it up.
Shake it, shake
And
it.
please pick out a question and read it out loud, please. And answer truthfully.
Yes. If not, you have to take a shot.
Yes.
Shot o'clock.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Should couples live together before getting married? Absolutely. 1,000%. Listen, I believe that you truly do not know someone until you live with them. You know, like we have a way of like romanticizing like our significant others and they can do no wrong, so on and so forth. And I love that. And that's great. It's also very delusional. You don't really see people like in like their real light until you catch them like in a natural state. You know, you can see how they act under pressure when you have to compromise with someone else in a living space. How clean they are.
Oh
You
my
know,
God. That
because
is number one.
oh, like seriously, because your significant
Yeah.
other, they could clean up right before you come visit their
Right.
place.
I know.
But like seeing how they live, when y'all live together, like
That's
they don't
different.
shower every day.
we would hope that everyone
breaker number
showers
one.
every day. But like toothpaste on the sink, like not throwing
I
out the
hate that.
garbage, hair in
Yeah.
the sink, like you know, like I'm like have borderline OCD. Like I need stuff to be clean. Like I'm really, really
So
big
it's
on
like extra,
Yeah.
extra worse
Yeah.
for you.
you know,
But how long you feel like it's time? How long it takes for you to kind of move the girl in? Like how long you feel like the
Yeah. Like, how long
the
will you be
face
dating before you guys
should
move in?
You see, so everyone's timeline is different. You know, I feel like ultimately you got to just do what works for you. There's people who move in within 6 months and then they go on to have happy and long lasting marriages. You know, there's people who are together for 5 years and they move in and figure out, damn, I cannot stand living with this person. And then they break up. You
All
know,
that
That's
time.
too long. 5 years
know?
and you
That's a
haven't
long
moved
time.
me in.
I'm saying that it happens. It literally happens. You know, for me personally, I think the sweet spot might be about like a year and a half, 2 years. You know, and then that way I could determine, okay, like I love this person enough that I am willing to now compromise and share my space. You know, see how we can progress forward. You know, with our lives together.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
You want to get married?
yeah, I do have intentions to get married. You know?
Okay. And then do you believe in prenups?
Yeah, because y'all know about this debate. If you
Don't
don't know,
even start.
go find out. Yeah, what do you have to say about that?
He's thinking about it.
You know what? Let me ask you something.
Oh, he's
wait.
gonna reverse it.
Right.
Like, okay, reverse
I really
psychology.
want to ask you something. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Let's say Oprah sees this show, right? Oprah sees this show, and then she's like, "Yo, I want to pick up Threesome and put it on the Oprah network." Now this show is worth billions of dollars, right? And then you meet, let's make up a name. Let's say his name is Joey. Y'all fall in love, y'all get married, but Joey's just a janitor. I'm not knocking him for being a janitor. You know, do whatever you want to do and whatever makes you money. It's really about the person. Let's say I get divorced.
Yeah.
You think Joey's entitled to half your money that you've
Hell
made
no.
off of your successful career of being
Hell
on
no.
air personality?
I'm
Just
entitled
because he
to
was
his.
present?
He's not entitled to mine.
Nah. You see, no, it can't be a double standard
Well,
in that
first,
regard.
I just want to say shout out Oprah. We love you.
Shout out
Yes.
to Oprah.
Shout out Oprah. And second, I mean, I stand for prenups. Like, I feel like you could work out, you can negotiate the terms that you want to, you know, and yeah. I think having a prenup isn't like a testament to like your love with that person. It's not, it doesn't like define your relationship. I think it's just there just in case anything was to happen, but it protects you and protects me.
See, so
You know?
Kiki, you just answered the question for me. Thank you.
Yeah, but
We wanted to hear from your point of view though.
That is my point of view.
Okay.
That's why I gave the
I
examples that
disagree
I gave.
though, because if you bring that up, you automatically don't trust the person. Like if you love someone, you're going in super blind and you love each other and there shouldn't be any prenup.
So
I hear
Joey
you.
gonna
Trust
take
each
your
other.
money.
If you don't trust that person and you feel like after you guys divorce, they're gonna take everything from you, then why are you with that person in the first place?
I don't feel like prenups like really have a reflection on trust. It's just circumstantial. Like we don't know what may happen 15 years down the line. Like I don't know if I'm going to fall out of love with you, you're going to fall out of love with me, if there's going to be infidelity. It has nothing to do with trust. There's so many different scenarios that could really break up a marriage. And regardless of whose fault it is, I don't think you should be entitled to something that I worked hard for and vice versa. Like, I don't want anything that you worked your ass off to get. And just because I was present on a legal document, like now I need half of what you got. No, because there's women who are in that position as well. Adele, she had to pay her ex-husband like $200 million or something like that.
Adele.
You know? Yeah, Adele. You know?
That's crazy.
And
Damn.
honestly,
and who else was that had to pay their husband?
and
Yeah.
Halle Berry pays child support or
Mary
something.
J.
Yeah,
Blige.
it was
Mary J.
Mary
Blige,
J.
she plays
Blige,
Ken, she
yeah.
pays Ken Do. Yeah.
That was
And-
wild.
I like
Like-
the
love
other
Mary.
way around, not the women.
But I think it's because they're
just
so
across the board.
I think it always happens like that when like the person who makes more money or is like more
Yeah,
prominent,
yeah.
like they always end up having to pay.
You know, but honestly, like I plan on building businesses and making money with my wife anyway, so we gonna be straight.
Yeah, you got to
Either
build an
way.
empire with your partner.
Yeah,
So we all want to know if you're single or not. Let's go straight to the point.
I am actually.
Ooh,
Oh,
he's
okay, okay.
single,
He's looking-
ladies.
Looking for a Mrs. Panama,
Yes.
Mrs. Alpha.
Yes, yes.
Where you at?
Where you at? But this is my interesting, juicy question.
Talk to me.
Ready for it?
I'm ready.
So, would you take a girl serious if she gives it to you the first night?
Yeah,
You what?
Yeah, listen. So maybe it's
I
my.
feel like if a girl gives it to you the first night, she doesn't respect herself
I'm,
or
I'm-
you.
Honestly, I'm gonna be
Like,
honest.
take me on a date first,
Nah.
at least.
No,
Some
no,
s-
no, no,
surf
no,
and-
no, no.
Like after the
This
date?
is
Surf and
after the
turf.
date. This is after the date.
No. I'm saying the
Specify.
first night. How about if you didn't take her to a date and you took her clubbing and then, you took her home and she gave it to you?
I took her clubbing.
Yeah.
Or y'all met
You
at
don't
the club.
always go to dinner. You can meet at the club.
Who's to say
hang
that date
out
always
and
has
fuck.
to be a dinner? A date could be really whatever you make it. Honestly.
If you invite me on a date to the club, I'm cutting you off.
Listen, I
Like, you
personally
need to take me to dinner at least.
Listen, I personally wouldn't
Go to a spa.
do a club as a first date.
No.
Because you can't get to know somebody that way.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's too much going on.
But listen, there are people who I know personally who that has happened and they've gone and they still together
I know.
It
years
seems
down
like-
the line.
Yeah,
it
but
seems
I
like
want to
that
hear
happens
your
more
opinion
often.
because
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, and
It's
my
different.
opinion personally, and I think it's probably an ego thing if I'm being honest with you. Like, if you give it up to me on the first night, I think I'm that nigga. Like, I'm sorry. Like, for real. Like, I think that I'm either that interesting, that charismatic, whereas you couldn't help yourself but to give it up to me.
That's
Scorpio
so.
shit.
Not you couldn't
yeah.
help yourself.
Yo, I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm truthfully being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at a woman like, oh yeah, she gave it to me on the first night. Yeah, she's promiscuous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, like I'm like, okay, I clearly did my thing tonight where that has happened.
Okay, and
know?
then
I
you
mean-
fall in love with her, and then okay, cool. And then what makes you think she's not cheating on you and doing it with other guys?
why,
the same as she
why,
did with
why-
actually-
why would I be with someone who I believe is cheating on me? First of all, listen, no
You
one,
wouldn't know that.
you're right, and no one's too good to get cheated on. But
Right.
I know the way I do my thing.
Wait,
so.
but I have a question on the opposite end. Right? Because, okay, if you say you don't find someone that would sleep with you on the first night, you don't find them, you don't judge,
I don't judge.
negatively judge that
No.
person, right? So how do you feel about somebody that makes you wait a prolonged period of time? Like, how would you feel? Like, do you feel like it's a waste of your time?
I've been on both sides.
So which one you prefer?
It's not a preference. It's really just a case by case situation. It depends on how much I'm into the person. So if I'm like really, really, really like into the person, which I've been in this position before, I've waited an extended period of time, and I feel like it was well worth it. But don't kill me. If you're not that interesting and if it's not that engaging, and you're not giving up no ass, like. Nah, like
I know, but if she gives it to
it's
you
clear.
the first day, it's like, why even take her serious after that? She just gave you her goods. Like, why even
my
bother?
goodies, my goodies, my goodies, my goodies.
I mean, it could have been amazing, but it was just too fast. There's no challenge. Like, I feel like men love challenge.
Nah, I do enjoy a good challenge, but once again, it's all case by case.
Oh, and
Case
this
by
conversation
case.
is getting too good, but y'all might have to catch it
I
on
know.
the do some
Amazing.
after hours.
Some after hours, I
It's,
like
it,
that.
this is always the best part, and it's
know.
such little time, and I don't even want to leave, but we gotta go. Hit them with your voice.
Yes.
We
Oh,
gotta
tell
go.
us where they can find
Oh,
you.
and that too.
Oh yeah, listen, on all DSPs as well as all social media platforms, PanamaDaPrince. That's PanamaDaPrince. Tap in with me.
Yes.
You rehearsed that. I like that. It
You
was
heard it
like,
here
like
first.
slow.
Well, we love you
Bye,
guys.
y'all.
It's time to go. Till next time. Bye-bye.